Once upon a time, in the days of King Saul, the Israelites and Philistines were getting ready to fight a war. Every morning, a loud, thunderous voice echoed through the valley. In the valley, two armies were facing each other. The Philistine soldiers were cheering and yelling, and from their ranks stepped forward a giant by the name of Goliath. Goliath shouting, "I am Goliath of Gath, the Philistine. Send one man to fight me. If he wins, we will serve you. But if I win, you will serve us." Narrator. And Goliath was over 9 feet tall and wore bronze armor that was handmade, and it weighed about 5,000 shekels of gold. And he had a huge spear in his hand, and every day he mocked the God of Israel. Now, the Israelite soldiers looked at this giant, and they were scared. And they looked at each other, and they said, "Who will be a volunteer? Who will go and fight this man? No one can fight that giant. He's too strong." And even the king, King Saul, watched this giant, and he was afraid. And for 40 days, not one man dared to face Goliath. But one day there was a battle going on, and there was an uproar in the camp, and a young shepherd boy heard what was going on. So he left his sheep, and he left his staff and his sling, and he went to see what was happening. And when he saw this giant, he was not afraid. And he came to his brother, and he asked, "Why are you so afraid? Who is this Philistine to defy the army of the living God? Why is no one going to fight him?" His brother Eliab was angry because David didn't know how big of a problem this was. So he said, "Go home, David. You're just a boy." "What are you going to do?" But David said, "I've fought lions and bears protecting my sheep. God was with me then. He'll be with me now." So the next day, King Saul was sitting in his tent, and David came to him, and he told the king, "Don't be afraid. I will fight the battle." The king was like, "You can't fight Goliath. You're just a youth. He's a trained warrior." But David replied, "The Lord saved me from the lion and the bear. He will save me from this Philistine too." Then King Saul gave David his armor, and he put it on, but it was too heavy. So David removed it and said, "I can't wear this. I will go as I am with my sling and my faith." Then David went out to the battlefield, and Goliath was standing there tall, looking over the Israelite army. And David walked forward, holding his sling and a pouch of stones. And Goliath saw David and laughed and said, "Are you a little kid? Are you here to fight me? I'm going to smash you and make you into hamburger meat." And David shouted back, "You come with your sword and spear, but I come in the name of the Lord of hosts. Today he will deliver you into my hands." Then David ran, and he took one smooth stone, placed it in his sling, and swung it and hit that giant right in the forehead. And the stone went through the hole in his armor and hit his forehead. And Goliath looked up in surprise, and he fell face down on the ground. And the Israelites cheered when they saw the giant fall, and the Philistine army gasped, and they were in shock. And David ran up to the giant, took his sword, and lifted it up, and shouted, "The battle is the Lord." And David chased the Philistines away. They ran for their lives, and the Israelites won that day. And all of the people celebrated and cheered for David. And afterward, when it was quiet, King Saul looked at David and asked, "Who is this young man?" And someone said, "He's a shepherd boy from Bethlehem." And Saul called David and said, "You are a good and brave soldier. You are a hero." And David said, "I only did what I had to do, but I know that it was God who helped me defeat that giant. Without him, I couldn't have done it." And that's the story of David and Goliath. Remember, no matter how big the giant seems, no matter how impossible the situation looks, with God on our side, we can face any giant and we can defeat it. If you want to watch another short, click on the screen, and remember, Jesus loves you.